What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, aka Darth Apocalypse. All right, so I have some breaking news to report, and that is that the Dallas Mavericks have agreed to a contractual buyout with veteran sharpshooter, former Golden State Warrior Klay Thompson, 1 year into his deal, making the 36-year-old an unrestricted free agent after 2 seasons. Thompson played 141 games for Dallas, starting 80 and averaging 12.9 points while shooting 38.7% from three, passing Damian Lillard for fourth on the NBA's all-time three-pointers made list. Mavericks president Masoud Ujiri praised him as a great competitor, and speculation now points largely to Miami being his next team, which could offer around $8 million via the mid-level exception. So I guess that would be 2-year, $8 million deal. And although it's not etched in stone, he's going to sign with the Miami Heat. From what I have read, he's been working out in Miami, and he apparently it's looking like he's going to likely sign with the Miami Heat. Matter of fact, I'm reading right now, sources are saying that Klay Thompson will likely become a Miami Heat. Although, we've seen misleading reports before, but we have to wait and see. Let me see if I can find any more credible info on this situation. Let's see. Okay, Sam Sharania, 27 minutes ago. Klay Thompson is expected to sign with the Miami Heat after he clears waivers upon a contractual buyout with the Dallas Mavericks. So it's a good deal. Although we know Shams is a little shaky, I'm going to go with this because that just makes sense. It would make sense why he's training in Miami. Matter of fact, he might have been training at the Miami Heat facilities, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a good move for Miami and Klay Thompson. For the Miami Heat, it's a low risk, high reward potential situation for them. They're not giving a lot of money for this guy, but he's definitely what the Miami Heat need. I mean, when we saw the rumors earlier this year that or a couple months ago that, or a little bit over a month ago, that it might be LeBron going to Miami. A lot of us looking at that like, man, you already got Giannis, who's not a good shooter. You got Bam, who, despite his 83-point game, is not a good shooter. Matter of fact, I think he only went 7 for 22 from downtown that game. He's not a good three-point shooter. When you look at the acquisitions they've had, one of the weaknesses that they have is outside shooting. So it makes perfect sense to have a guy who is a great outside shooter in Klay Thompson. Also, it makes sense to have a guy when you have ball dominant players like Bam and Giannis on the team. It makes sense to have a guy who is not ball dominant. That was another thing that didn't make sense about the LeBron rumors. He just was not a good basketball fit. Klay is. So, hopefully for Klay Thompson, this could be a renaissance to his NBA career. We'll have to wait and see. I get the impression though that Miami's not done. I don't know if they're done with just this signing. Um, it's also interesting. I'm just thinking about it. Ray Allen, a dozen or more years ago. Of course, he joined the Miami Heat as a role player and had huge moments and won a championship, an additional championship with Miami. One of the most, I would say, the biggest shot in Miami Heat history. Obviously, that shot that he made in Game 6 of 2013 NBA Finals. Um, Going back to Klay, I like this because look, it's a 2-year deal. I don't know if he has a 1-year option or not, but it's a 2-year deal. He's 36, so this could play out potentially until he's 38 years old. And then, look, he still has time. These guys are playing longer than ever before. He still will have time to have at least 1 year to play for the Lakers. Um, so that, of course, was his father's team. Klay's always wanted to play for the Lakers organization. The thing that held it all up is that he didn't want to play with LeBron James after, what happened with Klay in Golden State, which I think is a travesty, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I know he wasn't playing particularly well. And he's not the same player. But man, that was so dishonorable what the Warriors did with Klay, in my opinion. Look, Kuminga, I get it. But you talking about Klay, man. Steph has not won a championship without Klay. And yeah, he wasn't the same guy. And I know he had a horrible series, his last series playing with the Warriors, man, but he deserved better than that, man. But they felt like he wasn't worth the money. Maybe they were right. Maybe I'm being too emotional here. But a lot of people say he's washed. I think what happens is when people don't like a particular player, instead of like sitting down and watching games, they watch lowlights of that particular player. They don't really watch the games in a objective manner. They'll watch highlights, or in this case, they'll watch lowlights of a guy, which reinforces their perception that a player is washed. Klay is not a guy, because of his shot selection, he's not going to shoot 50% from the field. Oh, he may have a stretch here or there where he shoots close to that. But for a season, if you're taking nothing but, long twos and threes, you're not going to shoot 50% from the field. At that point in time, if you're taking nothing but threes, with only a few twos and just a scoop full of shots around the rim, you're lucky if you shoot 41% from the field, excuse me. So field goal percentage isn't what's important with Klay. It's the 3-point percentage. That's what you got to look at. If Klay can stay between 38 to 41% from three with Miami, that's what's key. Now, if he can't knock down open shots playing with Giannis and Bam, who are going to guarantee him open looks, especially Giannis. If you can't knock down open shots, then and we know in his prime, Klay was probably, in my opinion, in his prime, the greatest catch and shoot player I've ever seen in my life. The guy took 1.3 seconds to get his feet under him, square up and shoot. That's intense and acute down to the DNA muscle memory. He still is very quick at getting his feet set under him and getting good shots. Just not quite the same. But I wish him the best. And I can tell you another thing too. Klay, behave yourself in Miami, bro. We know how Klay get down. So you got Giannis, the family man. You got Bam, who's dating the best WNBA player probably in history. And now you got Klay, the playboy, in the number one Sin City, just about, in the United States. Klay, don't get yourself in trouble down there. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, you can get her. Mama used to say.